Imagine wandering through villages where pastel cottages nestle under snow-capped peaks, or harbors shimmer like a dream under golden sunsets. Canada's fairy tale towns weave history, charm, and nature into pure magic. Could one of these enchanted places be your next home? Join us as we unveil the 10 most spellbinding towns to live or visit in 2025, each a storybook escape that'll capture your heart. Let's step into a world where dreams come alive. Number 10. Lunenburg, Nova Scotia. Ever dreamed of living in a UNESCO World Heritage Site that looks like a watercolor painting? Welcome to Lunenburg, Nova Scotia, a seaside gem that's as enchanting as it gets. With its colorful 18th century buildings and bobbing fishing boats, this town of 2,263 residents feels like a page from a maritime fairy tale. Why is it so magical? Lunenburg's Old Town, founded in 1753, is one of the best-preserved colonial settlements in North America. Its vibrant red, blue, and yellow wooden homes line narrow streets, earning it a spot on UNESCO's list in 1995. The median home price here is around $350,000 CAD, a steal compared to Halifax's $550,000, according to the Canadian Real Estate Association, CREA, in 2024. Renting a one-bedroom? Expect about $1,200 CAD monthly, per Numbeo data. Life in Lunenburg is slow and soulful. The waterfront buzzes with the Blue Nose 2, a replica of Canada's famous schooner, and you're just steps from fresh lobster rolls at places like the South Shore Fish Shack. The cost of living is 25% lower than in Toronto, with groceries averaging $80 CAD weekly for a single person. Summers are mild at 22 degrees, 72 degrees, while winters dip to 5 degrees, 23 degrees, perfect for cozying up by a fireplace. But it's not just about looks. Lunenburg's community is tight-knit, with festivals like the Lunenburg Folk Harbor Festival drawing thousands each August. Crime rates are low, 30% below the national average, per Statistics Canada, and healthcare is accessible via the Fishermen's Memorial Hospital. For history buffs, the Fisheries Museum of the Atlantic is a treasure trove. If you're craving a coastal escape where every day feels like a postcard, Lunenburg's your fairy tale come true. Number 9. Niagara-on-the-Lake, Ontario. Imagine sipping wine in a town so pretty it's been called Canada's loveliest. Niagara-on-the-Lake, Ontario, is a Victorian dreamscape where horse-drawn carriages clop past flower-filled gardens and 19th-century mansions. With 19,088 residents, this town near Lake Ontario is a blend of elegance and whimsy. What makes it fairy tale worthy? Its historic Queen Street, lined with boutique shops and Georgian architecture, feels like stepping into a Jane Austen novel. The median home price is $750,000 CAD, higher than Lunenburg, but 40% less than Toronto's $1.2 million per CREA. Renting a one-bedroom runs about $2,800 CAD monthly. The cost of living is manageable, 15% below Toronto's, with a weekly grocery bill around $90 CAD. Niagara-on-the-Lake is famous for its wine. The region boasts over 50 wineries, producing 80% of Canada's ice wine, per the Wine Marketing Association of Ontario. Summers average 25 degrees, 77 degrees. Ideal for vineyard tours, while winters hover at /4 degrees C, 25 degrees. The Shaw Festival Theatre, running April to October, stages world-class plays, drawing 250,000 visitors yearly. Safety is a big draw. Crime rates are 35% lower than the national average, per Statistics Canada. Healthcare is robust, with the Niagara Health System nearby. Families love the top-rated schools, and retirees flock here for the serene lifestyle. Whether you're strolling Fort George or biking the Niagara River Parkway, this town wraps you in charm. If you want history, wine, and a touch of magic, Niagara-on-the-Lake is your storybook destination. Number 8. Nelson, British Columbia. Tucked in the Kootenay Rockies, Nelson, British Columbia, is a bohemian fairy tale where mountain views meet artsy vibes. Known as the Queen City, this town of 11,106 feels like a hidden kingdom for creatives and adventurers. Why is it so dreamy? Nelson's Baker Street is a time capsule of Victorian and Art Deco buildings housing quirky cafes and galleries. The median home price is $600,000 CAD, per the Kootenay Association of Realtors, far below Vancouver's $1.2 million. A one-bedroom rental averages $1,500 CAD monthly. The cost of living is 20% lower than Vancouver, with weekly groceries at $85 CAD. Nelson's surrounded by nature. Kootenay Lake and the Selkirk Mountains offer hiking, skiing, and kayaking. Summers hit 26 degrees C, 79 degrees Celsius, while winters average 3 degrees C, 27 degrees, with 200 centimeters of snowfall for powder hounds. The town's 300-plus heritage buildings earned it a spot on Canada's Historic Places Register. The community thrives on creativity. The Nelson International Mural Festival transforms the town each summer, and the Capitol Theatre hosts year-round performances. Crime is low, 25% below the national average, and healthcare is solid via Kootenay Lake Hospital. With a growing tech sector and remote work appeal, Nelson attracts young professionals. If you crave mountains, art, and a laid-back fairy tale, Nelson's your enchanted escape. Number 7. Mahone Bay, Nova Scotia. Picture a seaside village so charming it could star in a Hallmark movie. Mahone Bay, Nova Scotia, is a fairy tale come to life, with its iconic 3 churches reflecting on the water and pastel shops lining quaint streets. This tiny town of 1,065 residents is a coastal jewel that feels like a secret hideaway. What makes Mahone Bay magical? Its postcard-perfect waterfront, framed by the Lutheran, Anglican, and United churches, is one of Canada's most photographed scenes. Founded in 1754, the town's historic charm shines through its preserved wooden homes. According to CREA, the median home price is around $400,000 CAD, 27% lower than Halifax's $550,000. Renting a one-bedroom costs about $1,300 CAD monthly per numbeo. The cost of living is 22% below Toronto's, with weekly groceries averaging $82 CADs. Summers are breezy at 23 degrees, 73 degrees, perfect for sailing or exploring the Mahone Bay Museum, while winters dip to 6 degrees, 21 degrees, ideal for cozy evenings. The town's community spirit sparkles during events like the Mahone Bay Scarecrow Festival, which draws 10,000 visitors each October. Safety is stellar. Crime rates are 32% below the national average, per Statistics Canada. Healthcare is accessible via South Shore Regional Hospital, just 20 minutes away. Mahone Bay's economy leans on tourism and small businesses, with artisanal shops and cafes like the Barn Coffee and Social House thriving. For families, schools are highly rated, and retirees love the peaceful vibe. Whether you're kayaking the bay or strolling the farmer's market, this town feels like a hug from history. If you're after a coastal fairy tale with small-town heart, Mahone Bay is your dream destination. Number 6. Canmore, Alberta. Nestled in the Rocky Mountains, Canmore, Alberta, is a fairy tale town where alpine chalets meet jaw-dropping peaks. Just 15 minutes from Banff, this town of 15,990 residents is a haven for adventurers and dreamers seeking nature's embrace. Why is it so enchanting? Canmore's Main Street, lined with stone-clad shops and cozy bistros, feels like a European village. The median home price is $850,000 CAD, per the Alberta Real Estate Association, steep but 30% less than Banff's $1.2 million. A one-bedroom rental averages $2,000 CAD monthly. The cost of living is 15% below Calgary's, with groceries at $90 CAD weekly. Canmore's magic lies in its backyard. Surrounded by Banff National Park and Kananaskis Country, it offers hiking, skiing, and climbing. Summers average 22 degrees, 72 degrees, while winters hit 5 degrees, 23 degrees, with 150 centimeters of snowfall for winter sports lovers. The town hosts the Canmore Folk Music Festival, Canada's longest-running folk fest, drawing 20,000 visitors annually. Safety is a highlight. Crime rates are 28% below the national average, per Statistics Canada. Healthcare is solid via Canmore General Hospital, and schools rank among Alberta's best. The economy thrives on tourism, outdoor recreation, and remote work, with 25% of residents working from home per 2021 census data. Whether you're biking the Trans-Canada Trail or sipping coffee with a mountain view, Canmore feels like a fairy tale adventure. If you crave alpine beauty and an active lifestyle, this is your storybook home. Number 5. Annapolis Royal, Nova Scotia. Step into Annapolis Royal, Nova Scotia, where 18th century charm and a sparkling river create a fairy tale so vivid you'll pinch yourself. This tiny town of 530 residents is Canada's oldest permanent European settlement, oozing history and enchantment. What sets it apart? Founded in 1605, Annapolis Royal boasts Canada's oldest street, St. George Street, lined with heritage homes and quaint shops. The median home price is $325,000 CAD per Saria, 40% below Halifax's $550,000. Renting a one-bedroom costs $1,100 KD monthly per Numbeo. The cost of living is 28% lower than Toronto's, with weekly groceries at $78 CADs. Summers are mild at 24 degrees, 75 degrees, ideal for exploring Fort Anne, a National Historic Site, while winters average 5 degrees, 23 degrees. The Annapolis Royal Farmers Market, one of Canada's oldest, buzzes year-round, and the historic gardens draw 15,000 visitors annually. Crime is remarkably low, 35% below the national average per Statistics Canada. Healthcare is accessible via Annapolis Community Health Center. The community thrives on tourism, arts, and history, with events like the Natal Day Festival lighting up summer. Retirees and artists flock here for the serene vibe, and schools are top-notch for the few families. Whether you're strolling the candlelit graveyard tour or kayaking the Annapolis River, this town feels like a living storybook. If you want history, peace, and coastal magic, Annapolis Royal is your fairy tale haven. Number 4. Fernie, British Columbia. Tucked in the Elk Valley of the Rocky Mountains, Fernie, British Columbia, is a fairy tale town where snow-dusted peaks and Victorian charm create a scene straight out of a winter tale. With 6,320 residents, this alpine gem is a haven for skiers, artists, and dreamers seeking a magical escape. What makes Fernie so enchanting? Its historic 2nd Avenue, lined with 100-year-old brick buildings and cozy cafes, feels like a European hamlet. The median home price is $650,000 CAD, per the Kootenay Association of Realtors, 45% below Vancouver's $1.2 million. Renting a one-bedroom averages $1,600 CAD monthly per Numbeo. The cost of living is 18% lower than Vancouver's, with weekly groceries at $87,000 CADs. Fernie's magic is its alpine playground. Fernie Alpine Resort, just 5 kilometers away, boasts 250 centimeters of annual snowfall and 142 ski runs, drawing 300,000 visitors yearly per Tourism Fernie. Summers hit 25 degrees, 77 degrees, perfect for hiking the Three Sisters Trail, while winters average 4 degrees C, 25 degrees. The Fernie Museum, housed in a 1908 bank, showcases the town's mining history. Safety is a big draw. Crime rates are 27% below the national average, per Statistics Canada. Healthcare is accessible via Elk Valley Hospital, and schools are highly rated. The economy thrives on tourism, mining, and remote work, with 20% of residents telecommuting, per 2021 census data. Events like the Grizz Days Winter Festival bring the community alive with parades and fireworks. Whether you're skiing powder or sipping craft beer at Fernie Brewing Company, this town feels like a fairy tale adventure. If you crave mountain magic and small-town charm, Fernie's your storybook home. Number 3. Chester, Nova Scotia. Picture a coastal village where sailboats bob in a sparkling bay and colonial homes glow under oak trees. Chester, Nova Scotia is a maritime fairy tale that feels like a secret whispered by the sea. With 1,500 residents, this tiny town on Mahone Bay is a dreamy retreat for sailors and romantics. Why is it so magical? Chester's front harbor, framed by 18th-century homes and the Chester Yacht Club, is a postcard of nautical charm. Founded in 1759, the town's historic district is a treasure trove of heritage. The median home price is $450,000 seed, per Serie A, 18% below Halifax's $550,000. A one-bedroom rental costs $1,400 KD monthly per Numbeo. The cost of living is 20% lower than Toronto's, with groceries at $83 KD weekly. Summers are idyllic at 21 degrees C, 72 degrees, perfect for sailing or exploring the Chester Playhouse's summer theater, while winters dip to 5 degrees C, 23 degrees. The annual Chester Race Week, Canada's largest keelboat regatta, draws 5,000 visitors each August per Tourism Nova Scotia. Crime is low, 30% below the national average, per Statistics Canada. Healthcare is accessible via South Shore Regional Hospital, 30 minutes away. Chester's economy leans on tourism, fishing, and retirees, with quaint shops like the Rope Loft thriving. Families enjoy top-rated schools, and the community's warmth shines during events like the Chester Garden Show. Whether you're strolling Tancook Island trails or savoring fish and chips by the water, Chester feels like a fairy tale embrace. If you want coastal serenity and nautical magic, this is your enchanted haven. Number 2. Perth, Ontario. Step into Perth, Ontario, where stone mills, leafy parks, and a twinkling river create a fairy tale so charming it feels like a Canadian Hobbiton. This town of 6,827 residents, nestled in the Rideau Valley, is a historic gem that blends pioneer spirit with modern allure. What sets Perth apart? Its Stewart Park, framed by 19th-century stone buildings and the Tay River, is a scene of timeless beauty. Founded in 1816, Perth's Heritage Corps, with over 150 historic structures, earned it a spot on Ontario's Heritage Register. The median home price is $500,000 CAD per CREA, 58% below Toronto's $1.2 million. Renting a one-bedroom averages $1,500 CAD monthly per Numbeo. The cost of living is 25% lower than Ottawa's, with groceries at $85 CAD weekly. Summers are warm at 26 degrees C, 79 degrees F, ideal for canoeing the Tay Canal, while winters average 7 degrees C, 19 degrees F, perfect for skating on the Rideau Canal, 45 minutes away. The Stewart Park Music Festival draws 15,000 visitors each July, and the Perth Farmers Market buzzes weekly. Crime is low, 32% below the national average, per Statistics Canada. Healthcare is solid via Perth and Smiths Falls District Hospital. The economy thrives on tourism, small businesses, and remote work, with 18% of residents telecommuting, per 2021 census data. Families love the top-rated schools, and retirees cherish the peaceful vibe. Whether you're exploring the Perth Museum or sipping coffee at the Stone Cellar, this town feels like a fairy tale hug. If you want history, nature, and small-town magic, Perth's your storybook dream. Number 1. Merrickville, Ontario. The crown jewel of Canada's fairy tale towns, Merrickville, Ontario, where stone cottages, a shimmering canal, and artisan charm weave a spell so magical it feels like a dream you never want to wake from. Dubbed Canada's most beautiful village, this town of 3,135 residents along the Rideau Canal is our top pick for 2025, and you're about to see why. What makes Merrickville so enchanting? Founded in 1794, its historic core, with over 100 heritage buildings, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site contender. Lock Street, lined with 19th-century stone shops and flower baskets, feels like a page from a Victorian tale. The median home price is $550,000 CAD per CREA, 54% below Toronto's $1.2 million. A one-bedroom rental averages $1,600 CAD monthly per Numbeo. The cost of living is 22% lower than Ottawa's, with groceries at $86 CAD weekly. Merrickville's magic shines in its details. The Rideau Canal, a National Historic Site, offers boating and skating, with locks operated by hand as they were 200 years ago. Summers hit 25 degrees, 77 degrees, perfect for browsing artisan studios like Grey Art Glass, while winters average 6 degrees, 21 degrees, ideal for cozy evenings by the canal. The Merrickville Fair, held since 1859, draws 10,000 visitors each August, per the Merrickville-Wolford Tourism Board. Safety is exceptional. Crime rates are 34% below the national average, per Statistics Canada. Healthcare is accessible via the Kemptville District Hospital, 30 minutes away, and schools are top-rated for families. The economy thrives on tourism, crafts, and remote work, with 22% of residents working from home, per 2021 census data. From the Blockhouse Museum to cafes like the Village Bean, every corner sparkles with warmth. The community is the heart of Merrickville's fairy tale. Locals welcome newcomers with open arms, and events like the Christmas in Merrickville light up the town with lantern walks and carols. Whether you're kayaking the canal, savoring handmade chocolates at Mrs. McGarrigle's, or strolling under starlit skies, Merrickville feels like a living dream. If you're searching for history, artistry, and a village that hugs your soul, Merrickville is your ultimate fairy tale home. From the snowy peaks of Fernie to the shimmering canals of Merrickville, Canada's fairy tale towns are more than just places. They're dreams woven into reality. Each of these 10 enchanted spots offers a unique blend of history, nature, and community that makes you feel like you've stepped into a storybook. Whether you're drawn to coastal charm, alpine adventures, or Victorian elegance, there's a town here waiting to steal your heart. So, what's your fairy tale? Are you ready to pack your bags, explore these magical villages, or maybe even call one home in 2025? These towns prove that Canada's beauty isn't just in its cities, it's in the hidden gems where every day feels like a page from a dream. Let us know which town you're falling for, and start planning your storybook adventure today.